Hey, it's Jennifer Sparks. I'm going to be your tour guide today. My husband Kelly and I just recently sailed on MSC's Meraviglia. And this video is going to be about the food and the dining and everything we ate while on board. So grab a snack and join us. You might get hungry during this tour. This sailing was July 13th, 2025. In this video, you'll be seeing the buffet as well as the dining rooms. Here is a look at several of their main dining rooms. Unfortunately, I was not part of the yacht club experience, so if you're looking for food and dining rooms there, this isn't going to be for you. Also, we personally did not use any of the specialty dining, so if you're here for that, we did not do that. I don't want to waste anybody's time here, but there's going to be a lot of other stuff on this video. We had a 9 p.m. seating in the Waves dining room. We thought it was late when they assigned it to us, but we ended up loving it. So without further delay, let's get into it. This is the buffet, day 1, embarkation day. We were able to arrive so early. I wanted to go up here and get videos before everybody else got up here. If you have cruised before, you know exactly what I mean. This area gets super crowded when everybody arrives. First impression, I was very impressed. This was the largest cruise buffet I have ever seen. But with that being said, this is also the biggest ship I've ever been on. The way I decided to create this video is by showcasing what we ate every day from the first day to the last. I'll show you more of the buffet area on day 2. Now let's look at the food on embarkation day. Some items like salads, fruit, pizza, hot dogs, and hamburgers stay the same, but most of the items change daily. Except for breakfast, most of those were repeats. I'm going to do my best throughout this video to point out when something is new, so you don't miss out on any of your favorites. There were desserts every day, and there was always something new. We usually don't go to the buffet on embarkation day because we usually prefer a later check-in, but they told us to come for 9:30, so here we are. We figured, hey, we're here early, we might as well eat. I have a whole separate video I created about embarkation day if you're interested in seeing what that is like, as well as a separate video about every day of the cruise. Every day we would get a sampler of desserts and talk about how we liked each one of them. You can find more of that on the day-to-day videos. Now we're going to go to dinner. This is a 9 p.m. seating in the Waves dining room. This personally wouldn't have been my choice, but I had the Bella Experience. The Bella Experience is the entry-level experience, also known as the cheapest. There is a scan for a menu, but I asked for a physical menu, and they were able to give me one. I'm kind of old school like that, plus these are easier for me to film. For dinner, you get a choice of an appetizer, an entree, and a dessert. If you want more than one entree, there is an upcharge. Every night, there is also a few more upscale entrees for an extra charge. In our experience, someone came with the bread first, then someone came to take our drink order, and then our server came. I ordered the tomato soup for an appetizer, and my husband ordered the stuffed meatball. Where they seat you on night 1 is where you will sit every evening. There was nice cheese in the center there, most likely mozzarella. Because it was the 9 p.m. seating, it wasn't a full restaurant. I ordered the lasagna, and my husband went for the upcharge. It was a filet mignon. He really liked this dinner. I think it was an extra $20. I instantly stole some of his tomatoes and mushrooms. There was another table for 2 that was right on top of us, but nobody ever showed up for dinner. The desserts were delicious. Good morning. Now we're entering into day 2. This is first thing in the morning. The sun hasn't even come up yet. There are sinks to wash your hands or fill up your water bottles. I mention this in all of my cruise videos, but I highly recommend getting up early and beating the crowds. Grab a coffee and enjoy the quiet. I'm going to take you around and show you the layout of the buffet and the seating areas and the drink options. In the morning, you can find juices. In the afternoon, they turn into iced tea, lemonade, things like that. There is no soda. There is coffee almost around the clock, and it is really good coffee too. Probably the best included coffee I've ever had on a cruise. And there's also tea bags as well. It's hard to get up early in the morning, but then you come out here and you're like, okay, now I know why I did. It's beautiful, it's peaceful, and by the time you're done eating, everybody else is getting up. But this buffet goes all the way down, and then it goes around, and then it goes around the other side too. The buffet is being prepared. It hasn't officially opened yet. I'm going to take you around while I can. It's so hard to film when other people are around. There were more healthy choices, I felt, on this cruise than other cruises that I've sailed on, though I have not sailed on all the cruise lines. Just a little disclaimer over there. As I mentioned earlier, there are items like eggs and beans that are staples every single day, but there are other items that change every day. breads, muffins, and pastries pretty much are always there, but they may change a little bit. There's always croissants, but the muffins may be different. But this breakfast buffet is not just carbs. It's not just pancakes and waffles. There's a lot of different selection here. Could even be described as a brunch. There's a lot of items here you wouldn't expect to see at a breakfast buffet, and a lot of international items as well. Day 2 on this particular sailing was a day at sea. So there was no breakfast in the dining room. Instead, it was a day at sea brunch. And we attended that event, so I'll be showing you that next. I'm walking around the entire course of the buffet, so if it looks like I'm filming the same thing over and over, I'm really not. I'm just showing you the buffet in the entirety, but the items will repeat. So if there's no scrambled eggs at this place, there'll be scrambled eggs at the next one. You could find fruit here, but you could probably also find it in 4 other spots. And there was a lot of seating. I found that during the most crowded times, it was easier to get seating in the aft of the ship. There's also some seating outside too. This was really nice. You just have to watch out for the seagulls. They love to hang out here and scoop up some leftover French fries. Now let's go continue the food tour. Yep, that was only part of it. We still have a lot more to see here at the buffets and in the dining rooms. We did the buffets in the dining rooms that were included. We never did the extra dining because we were pleased with what we were having. We thought about it and we're like, we're kind of happy with what the choices were. Obviously, we didn't love everything, but there were so many different choices. You know, if we didn't like what we had, we would just get something else. Not to mention there's food all the time. If you're not in love with your meal, there's going to be another one really soon. But I have done specialty dining on other cruise lines before, and it is nice because you're making a new memory. When you're eating at the buffet, everything's nice, you're enjoying the meal, but then you kind of forget about it. But when you go to a specialty place, you remember the server, you remember the place, you remember your meal. You know, it's just a whole different elegant experience where this is kind of like, you know, you grab a plate of food, you sit, you eat, and you kind of forget about it. It all depends on what kind of experience you want to have. Every day you could expect to see pancakes and French toast, but there are other choices that are next to it that are different every day. Don't miss these cheese blintzes on day 2. They were so good. Pastries were good. I would say they're as good as like the pastries that are on Carnival. Best pastries I've had on a ship, Margaritaville at sea. Just recently booked that ship again in January. There is no included cantina here like there is in Carnival, but there was some Mexican-inspired food. If you have kids, there's a kids buffet. I mean, you could eat here too. It's just easier for kids to reach it. It's probably maybe a foot lower than the other ones. We're going to be going to the brunch later, so we're not going to eat a lot, but I wanted to try a couple things because I'm really anxious to see how the food is at the breakfast buffet. But the kids buffet didn't look too bad. It looks actually better than a lot of the buffets I've been to. My husband Kelly has awoken and has decided to join me for a light breakfast. I wanted to try the yogurt parfait. I also wanted to try one of the pre-made sandwiches to see how those were. After our light breakfast, we went to brunch. Yeah, we're rock stars like that. Hey, we're on a cruise. Brunch was first come, first served. You were like in a long line and they just sat you. They sat us right next to another couple who were delightful. They were really nice to talk to. Same thing as dinner. You could order pretty much anything you want. So we ordered pastries first. Eventually, I want to see if they're the same pastries that are at the buffet. I could be wrong, but I believe they are. And I ordered another yogurt parfait. There were a few things on the menu that were an upcharge. And you could also obviously order cocktails too. Kelly's got the fancy glasses out. The menu was breakfast and lunch, brunch. So he ordered the burger with fries, came with the onion rings on top. This thing was massive. I wanted to try the omelet because, again, I wanted to compare this to the omelets that are going to be in the buffet. But I haven't had one yet, so I don't know at this point. The next thing we had on day 2 was dinner at 9 p.m. Some nights are fancier than others. I mean, you're welcome to dress up every night if you want to stay super casual. And believe me, I don't blame you. We did it a couple nights. You could always eat at the buffet. There is also a late night buffet should you miss dinner because you're at a port or doing something else. Thank you very much. What good manners. That's why I married him. We had our 31st wedding anniversary while we were on this cruise. They start you off with bread. We did not have the drink package and we never ordered drinks at dinner because we always went to the casino before dinner and we had comp drinks while we were playing on the machine. So we always kind of went in there 1 or 2 glasses of wine in. So we never actually drank while we were eating dinner. But having drinks at the casino made playing more fun and it made dinner more fun as well. Oh, I love this. This is an eggplant appetizer. It was so good. My husband ordered the Caesar salad for an appetizer. And they had filet mignon on the regular menu, so there was no upcharge this night for him to get steak, though it was not as elaborate as the night before. I ordered the wild mushroom pasta, which I love too. There was always cheesecake every night, and this was the Bake Alaska. At least that's what I ordered. Whatever it was really good. We really enjoyed our meal this night. It's day 3. This is our pork canaveral day, and this is breakfast. Again, trying to feature things that change daily. If you're interested in seeing the pork canaveral day or any of the other port days or any of our days at sea, I'll leave a playlist at the end of this video. Just click on the playlist and you can watch day to day what we did on the beautiful MSC Meraviglia. They have omelets and eggs that are already prepared. I highly recommend getting the fresh ones though, because they were really good. I'll show you that later in the video. If you're enjoying this video and finding it helpful, can you do me a favor and please hit the like button, illuminate that thing bright for me. And if you want to see more of my cruise tours, please consider subscribing to my channel. I plan on doing a lot of cruises this year, next year, and the year after, and I would love to bring you along. If you have been researching this cruise, you probably heard about the pizza. Yes, it's really good. I'm a fan. There are many different varieties of pizza. Margherita was my favorite. Got a table outside. I couldn't be happier at this moment. Yes, we ate a lot this day. Now it is time for our dessert sampling party. My job is so horrible sometimes. I have to try all this foods, tell people how it is. I really like that blueberry compote. Oh my gosh. But if you want to stick with your fitness goals and you do not want to eat dessert, there are other options too. Like the salad bar, for example. So many different toppings. It was incredible. We chose not to eat at the dining room this day. Not for any particular reason. We didn't really love what was on the menu, and we just kind of wanted to be casual tonight. It was formal dress-up night, and we're just like, we weren't really into it. So we went back to the buffet, grabbed some more pizza and a salad. We dined pretty early, too. There was nobody there. A lot of people were still in Port Canaveral. Next morning, we're up bright and early. That's what I'm telling you. This is the time to go to breakfast. Everything's nice and fresh. Everything's quiet. Nobody's pushing you in line. It hasn't happened to me, but I've heard reports of it. People like getting really mad because you're taking too long choosing what you want. Or in my case, filming. People don't like that. So I try to go early so I don't make anybody mad at me. I don't want to make anybody mad at me. This is our day at Nassau, but unlike other ships that I've been on, we are not getting off the ship right away. So a lot of people slept in a little bit because there was no urgency to get off of the ship. This day, my husband and I chose to go to Atlantis. I have a separate video of our visit there. Do you have upcoming plans to sail on MSC's Meraviglia? I hear she's going to get a new location in April 2026. That's really sad for me because I really enjoyed this and I would love to become a regular. Brooklyn is my easiest departure port. I live in southern Connecticut, so this is maybe like an hour and a half drive to get to. One of my kids could drop me off and pick me up. This was really convenient. I'm very bummed. Anyhow, I make these videos for my own memory and to enjoy them back and to share them with others so other people can know ahead of time what they want to have. Or do they want to go to the buffet? Do they want to go to the sit-down dinners? Do they want to get the specialty dining? Here it is all here. Is this food for you? Are you going to like this? I did. I love making my own parfaits every morning. They have ones that are already made, but you can make your own. One of my favorite breakfast items were the roasted tomatoes with mozzarella on top. I had that every morning. I loved it. It was so good. Before we went to Nassau, we had lunch in the main dining room. This is not the dining room that we have dinner in. There are several different dining rooms, but this is where they have lunch. Like brunch, you stand in line and they seat you when you arrive. There is no assigned table here. It's all open seating. If you are still hanging out with us, I would like to thank you. I really appreciate it. You are a total rock star. Been trying to take my love of travel, filmmaking, editing, and talking into a career. That's why I started this YouTube channel, and it's really been taking off. And for all of you guys that watch all of my videos, I love you guys the most. Thank you so much. We're parked next to a Disney cruise. This dining room had windows. Ours did not. For lunch, we ordered the fried chicken sandwich, which I wasn't that crazy about. Neither was my husband. It was dark meat chicken. I don't know. It wasn't great. This was one of my least favorite meals. But I did like this. This was like an antipasto. Desserts are always good, especially this apple cake. That was really good. Definitely get that. So now we're all nourished and ready for our day at Nassau, but that is another video. Panorama is another dining room you may be assigned to. I never saw this open for lunch. This one has even nicer windows. These two restaurants are on deck 6. If you leave the ship to go to Nassau, there is no food that is sponsored by MSC. Everything that you want to eat, you're going to have to pay for. So make sure that you have something to eat before you disembark. When we arrived back on the ship, everybody else was in Nassau. At the buffet this night, there was a lot of seafood. I personally don't eat seafood, so I don't even know what this is. I'm mostly a vegetarian, actually. I eat meat sometimes, but there was a lot of seafood the day of Nassau. About the drink package, that is a personal choice. I've gotten it once on Carnival. I think we got our money's worth out of it, but I felt like we were drinking more than we probably would have. But now we're eating desserts, but we weren't then, so it depends on what kind of cruise experience you want to have. We missed dinner again this evening, but we went to the late night buffet. It apparently was the white night party day. We didn't get the memo, and we did not have white, so we decided to eat it at the buffet, but everybody was still in white. They were serving the deep dish pizza. It's pretty much pizza and sandwiches. It's great that they offer this because some of the other passengers did not get back on the ship till late. They totally missed dinner. Okay, time for bed. Good night. Good morning. This is the morning that we are going to be visiting Ocean Cay Marine Reserve. I got up early, but I was filming the ship, and I'm like, oh man, it's so crowded. I can't even get a coffee. People book excursions and want to get off the ship to get a good place on the beach, so everybody's at the buffet trying to eat some food before you get off the ship. The good thing about Ocean Cay Marine Reserve is they do have food on the island should you want to eat there. We were able to grab some to-go items and a coffee and found an empty table. There is a separate video for our time at Ocean Cay Marine Reserve. When we got back, we had some pizza and a beautiful view. There may have been some ice cream involved as well. We had dinner in the main dining room this evening. We got into a routine where we'd go see the show at 7, we'd go to the casino at 8 and have our drinks, and then we'd go for dinner at 9. It worked out seamlessly. We had the greatest time. For dinner, we ordered the artichoke dip and the quesadillas. The sizes on some of these selections were really large for a cruise. I don't really like to waste, but we couldn't really eat everything. This I ate all of though. This was so good. This was called the vegetable rundown. I would eat this every day. I loved it. This was the penne with chicken and sausage. And the desserts, so good. This was a rum cake. Oh my gosh, you have to get this. This was my favorite meal by far. I love this meal. And once again, cheesecake. And yet again, another breakfast. This is a day at sea. We have 2 complete days at sea before returning to New York. It truly has been such a wonderful time. The cobblers were always so good, and they changed every day. I just came here to film because we're going to be having brunch in the dining room. Once again, it is open seating. You have got to check the times though, because sometimes it's a very small window that this is available. I'm showing our walk now so you could see the layout of the restaurant because you may be dining here on your upcoming cruise. I'm personally a casino player, so my cruise was comped through URComped. But with that being said, I'm not a huge player either, so I wasn't comped a balcony or the yacht club. I mean, that would be nice. I have goals now. If you have a higher category, you could probably pick your own time and pick your own restaurant. I didn't have that luxury though. But I'm not going to complain. I'm here on the cruise and it pretty much cost me nothing. So I'm really psyched. I'm good. If you do receive a comp cruise through a casino offer, you could always upgrade. We started our lunch with the fried polenta and the tortellini soup. We also ordered the cold cut and cheese selection, which was excellent. I love this. I'm so glad we got this. It was delicious and marinated so well. We ordered way too much food. This was the trio of pasta, and my husband ordered the calzone, which was enormous. I've been on cruises where the meals are 3 bites. Not this one. They really gave you big, hearty meals. For dessert, we ordered the tiramisu pistachio cake, and this was the warm caprice cake. Both were good. And later in the afternoon, we got some ice cream. On this cruise ship, there is hard ice cream as well as soft serve ice cream. This one was my favorite. It was maple ice cream. So good. My husband got the pistachio, which he always does. You can find the soft serve ice cream outside by the pool. One good thing about this cruise line is they serve the ice cream to you. Typically Carnival I'm referring to, you get the ice cream yourself and there could be long lines and a big mess. They do it for you here. So I think that's really one nice thing about MSC. Oh wow, we're back at dinner again. I'm trying to talk to you guys about so many different topics and then the food comes in and I have to stop. So I'm doing my best. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. I'll try to answer you as quickly as I can, as best as I can. I was on this cruise over a month ago, so I'm trying to remember this in detail as best as I can. I should have voiced this over a long time ago. I usually travel alone, so when I do, I'm able to make the videos as I'm creating them. But my husband was traveling with me, and we don't really get to travel a lot together, so it was more important to hang out with him. And I figured, I'll voice over this video another time. Kelly has his own landscaping company and works 7 days a week, pretty much from March to December. And I booked this cruise and I told him I'm going with him or without him. So he made the time for me to come on this cruise. So I definitely made the time to hang out with him. I could always work another day. No cheesecake tonight. I'm not sure what happened. Welcome to our last full day at sea and another breakfast. We had a so-so experience at the last brunch. I gotta be honest, we didn't love it. So we're gonna try the buffet today. Try things that we haven't tried yet, like the fresh made omelets. I really wanted to try this because I really wasn't too crazy about the ones that were pre-made at the buffet or the ones that were in the dining room. And this one was much better. This I wasn't too crazy about the Mexican offerings this particular day. Let's go see what else they have today. This is our last day at sea. And I have a feeling it's going to be an eating day. Yes, that was one of the topics we were talking about, the drinking package. You know, if you want to drink all day, that's really cool. But like me and Kelly, we've been there, done that. We used to drink all the time. We'd be like the first people at the bar when we boarded the cruise. We'd drink all day. We'd party in the bars all night. But, you know, we're in our 50s now. We're kind of tired. One thing I was looking for all week was the fresh made cheeses that I heard about. And they finally came out at the end of the cruise, or at least I never saw them anywhere. But these were great. I had to try them all. I also tried the mac and cheese and chicken salad, which was really good. Had a table by the water. Couldn't be happier. Kelly had his last hurrah with the pizza. The last full cruise day is a good day to try everything you haven't tried and anything you want to try again. As I mentioned earlier, there was a lot of international food and there was a lot of vegetarian food as well. There was so much variety. I can't imagine anybody saying that there was nothing that they could eat. I think it could accommodate anybody's taste and anybody's diet lifestyle. As the food quality goes, I mean, everybody has different tastes. There was a very few things that I didn't like. There was some things I really loved, but most of it I liked. Care to share with me what your dining experience was like on the MSC Meraviglia? I would love to hear from you. Coming up, I'm going to take you to our last dinner in the dining room, and I'm also going to show you your last meal on MSC Meraviglia, the day of disembarkation day. The week goes by so fast. We almost didn't, but we went up to the buffet to grab a coffee. We never ate, but I am going to film it to show you what it's like. Disembarkation was very early, so everybody was up. On the morning of disembarkation, you could also find breakfast in the dining room, but it's limited hours, so make sure you check your schedule. Next videos I have coming up of this ship will be these last 2 days, the last 2 full days at sea, plus the disembarkation day. So if you have any concerns or questions about disembarkation, I will cover it in that video coming soon. Look, dessert. We had our last dessert party. Boo, I'm gonna miss that. Not very important, but for anybody that's concerned about clean water, I'm gonna show you this bottle. This is awesome. It has a filter in it, so you could use the water from the tap, but there's a filter in there that purifies the water. It is the greatest thing ever. And now it's time for our last dinner.
Hey, 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 hey. We got our wine from the casino. We're gonna bring it to dinner.
Why not?
Why not?
Last nights are pretty chill and casual. The staff in the dining room was very friendly and fun. They didn't do any major dancing, at least I didn't see, like they do on Carnival, but it was very upbeat, and they didn't seem forced. They seemed naturally happy. I have always done your time or my time dining or early dining. This is my first time dining at 9 o'clock, and I'll do it in the future again. I really liked it. Getting your shows done, your casinos, and then having a nice dinner. And it's not packed. We had great service. I don't know. I really liked the dining experience on the ship. Apparently, I had too much wine at the casino. I cannot keep this menu still. If you are a casino player yourself, I have a whole separate video about the casino and how I get calm cruises, if you're interested in that. Onion soup is on the menu every night, and I could not leave the ship without trying it. My husband got the antipasto. And we also got the caprese salad. I ordered the voodles. It was like zucchini made into spaghetti. And Kelly, my husband, ordered the chicken parm for his last meal. And cheesecake, of course. I believe this was Grandma's chocolate cake. Here is the last morning. Unfortunately, we got down there really late and there was hardly anywhere to sit. It was really crowded, so we just had coffee. Disembarkation is fairly early on this because they have the other people going on the next cruise coming on. At 9:30, they wanted us to be there. People were leaving the ship when we were going on. They don't take any breaks on this ship. So, yeah, if you want to have breakfast, get up really early, especially if you have a long journey home or you're flying. We just have an hour and a half drive back to Connecticut. Our daughter is picking us up, but that will be on my future video coming up about disembarkation day. If you are still with us, I want to thank you very much. Me and Kelly really appreciate it. Cruising together has been a game changer for us. It gives us time to be together and to actually talk without all the distractions of home. There's no driving involved, no cooking, no shopping. Everything's just so easy on a cruise, and I highly recommend it. Is cruising for you? Let me know in the comments below. Time to go back to our stateroom and grab our things and head back to Connecticut. To view more of my videos about MSC's Meraviglia, click on the playlist right here or one of these other playlists of other cruise lines. But whatever you do, make sure you book that cruise and you pack your bags and you go. Cruising is awesome and you deserve to do that. Always remember to be well to yourself and kind to others. Safe travels to you and happy cruising.